One hand, he came in the corner at the 6th round and said, my hand is hurting. If you look at the tape, I said, man, I don't want to hear that. Fight through it.
Davis? That looked like a submission. You hear me? Let me get
check this out.
Let me get quick.
You guys calm down. Listen to me.
Hey, come on now.
Tank don't with Coach Cal.
Talk about the
When Tank was walking up, it looked like Coach Cal was about to give him that hug like you always do, and Tank just brushed him off like they here. Excuse me. Out of here now.
During the highly anticipated fight against Lamont Roach, tensions reached a breaking point when Coach Calvin Ford lost his cool over Gervonta Davis's on-air argument. Normally known for his calm and disciplined approach, Ford's unexpected outburst shocked the boxing world. Fans and analysts were left trying to understand the heated exchange, as the incident quickly became one of the biggest talking points after the fight.
All the people that say I be spreading false narratives and I don't know what I'm talking about, Tank don't Coach Calvin. Look, check it out.
You guys calm down. Listen to me.
And then, look, Tank lost it. He totally lost it.
During the highly anticipated fight against Lamont Roach, tensions reached a breaking point when Coach Calvin Ford lost his cool over Gervonta Davis's on-air argument. Normally known for his calm and disciplined approach, Ford's unexpected outburst shocked the boxing world. Fans and analysts were left trying to understand the heated exchange, as the incident quickly became one of the biggest talking points after the fight.
Now it seems like Coach Cal on point, so you're not paying Tank no mind. And Tank over here, he go to this nigga, and watch this he do. He gonna lift his jacket up, and like, our conversation is a secret, I don't want him to hear it. Type. Like, yo, what's up with Coach Cal and Tank? They really don't with each other? Like, what? And he brush him off again, like, don't touch me type. Like, you see that?
For years, Calvin Ford has been synonymous with Gervonta Davis's rise in boxing. Their partnership, bolstered by the guidance of longtime associate Kenny Ellis, became the cornerstone of Davis's training regime. Their bond was often likened to legendary boxer-trainer relationships, representing a blend of technical expertise and deep personal loyalty. When an unexpected argument erupted during the Roach fight, it wasn't merely a tactical disagreement, it was a personal matter that struck at the core of their long-standing connection.
How he telling the person that taught him how to box who he should be listening to? Tank done lost it. The money, all that done went to his head. Twitter done went to his head. He lost it. He's gone, bro. I'm telling you.
You guys calm down. Listen to me.
Hey, come on now.
According to multiple sources and leaked audio clips circulating on social media, the incident took place in the high-pressure atmosphere of the fight. As Davis voiced his frustrations or questioned decisions mid-action, Ford lost his usual composure. His reaction was raw, a mix of disbelief and frustration as he scolded Davis for what he saw as a lack of focus and discipline. While the exact words exchanged remain a topic of debate, most agree that Ford's response was firm, emphasizing his belief that a true champion must stay emotionally controlled, even in the most intense moments. Clips of Calvin Ford's outburst have gone viral, splitting fans into two camps: those who support his no-nonsense coaching style, and those who sympathize with the immense pressure Gervonta Davis faces in high-stakes fights. Analysts argue that moments like these, while controversial, expose the raw intensity of boxing. Some view Ford's reaction as a necessary wake-up call, while others worry it could disrupt Davis's corner dynamics. In follow-up interviews, Ford clarified that his absence from Davis's corner during the Roach fight was not a permanent split. Instead, he hinted at a temporary shift in roles, assuring that their training structure remains intact and Davis is still part of his boxing family. 6 weeks before the Lamont Roach fight, Davis stated, "I got Calvin tatted on me. Calvin ain't going nowhere. Calvin is Pops, he ain't going anywhere." Yet to everyone's surprise, Ford wasn't in Davis's corner for this fight, and the 30-year-old may have paid the price with the first non-victory of his career. Davis had expected Ford's presence on March 1st, but the seasoned coach had his reasons for stepping away for years. Fans had known the duo of Calvin Ford and Kenny Ellis as a legendary partnership. Much like Mike Tyson and Customato or Canelo and Eddie Reynoso, The trio of Davis, Ford, and Ellis became a staple in boxing, a relationship fans depended on. When Barry Hunter stepped into Davis's corner instead, it wasn't the sight fans had anticipated. The reason behind this shakeup remains unclear. But in a conversation with Fight Hub TV, Ford provided some insight. Davis headlined his second PBC Amazon Prime Video PPV event, while the Barclays Center featured a packed lineup of electrifying bouts, including two thrilling light welterweight title fights. Ford stated, "I'm still part of it, just from a different perspective." Like many others, Ford eagerly awaited the intense showdown and was interested in seeing how Davis's training played out in the ring. With Davis from Baltimore and Roach from DC, Ford recalled their frequent sparring sessions and admired Roach's relentless work ethic, considering the fight a significant opportunity for Davis. Ford downplayed the idea of a rift, stating, "We ain't changed up anything." He emphasized that his absence was temporary and that their foundational training remained the same. The reporter clarified there was no suggestion of a falling out between Ford and Davis. Instead, the real question was whether this brief separation strengthened their bond. Similar to how time apart can deepen family relationships, Ford explained, "He came to see me, dead slow down and worrying about you because, boom, he knows that I spend time with my amateurs. You know me. Both of y'all know me very well. I spend time with my amateurs all the time. That's my piece." Even though Ford wasn't directly overseeing Davis's training, knowing he was still working hard gave Ford reassurance. The time apart seemed to deepen their appreciation for each other. And when Ford returned to the gym, he could see that Davis had missed him just as much as he had missed Davis. Barry Hunter also reassured fans, stating, "Calvin will be there. Coach Barry will be there. Coach Boogie will be there. And Kenny will be there as well." While Ford and Ellis weren't in Davis's corner this time, Hunter emphasized that Davis still had strong coaching support. He pointed out that adjustments in Davis's corner had happened before, downplaying the significance of the change. Hunter, who has known Davis since his amateur days, reinforced that the team operates like a family. He also criticized social media for spreading misinformation and urged people not to jump to conclusions without knowing the full story. Supporters can take comfort in the fact that this change seems temporary, with the possibility of returning to the previous setup in Davis's next fight. However, this explosive incident is a reminder that even the most successful teams experience internal friction. For Davis, this could serve as a moment of reflection to ensure that his passion does not negatively impact his performance. For Ford, it is an opportunity to reaffirm his authority and commitment to the discipline that has fueled Davis's success. In the high-stakes world of professional boxing, moments like these are as unpredictable as they are inevitable. Ford's fiery reaction isn't just about this one incident, it highlights the razor-thin line between victory and defeat. Whether this leads to long-term changes in Davis's approach or remains a brief episode in an otherwise stellar career remains to be seen. One thing is certain, the passion, loyalty, and occasional volatility behind the scenes continue to fuel the drama that makes boxing one of the world's most captivating sports.
Roger never got Trainer of the Year when Floyd was Fighter of the Year.
Yeah.
His dad never got Trainer of the Year. So, I've been openly expressing that, and I think it's time that Calvin gets his just due.
Yeah.
During the fight with Lamont Roach, Gervonta Davis took a knee, but the referee did not count it as a knockdown, allowing Davis to use a towel to wipe his eyes. The match ended in a majority draw, with two judges scoring at 114 to 114 and the third slightly favoring Davis at 115 to 113. A single knockdown by Roach could have changed the result, possibly securing him the win if all else had remained the same. The commission stood by the referee's in-ring call, citing a technical issue that prevented instant replay within the standard review time. Davis explained that he voluntarily took a knee because oil from his hair was dripping into his eyes. While the commission did not suggest overturning the outcome, it assured efforts to prevent technical failures from delaying ringside replay access. For officials in the future, Davis retained his WBA lightweight title after the hard-fought draw, but the result immediately led to demands for a rematch against Roach, the WBA super featherweight champion, who had exceeded expectations from the opening bell. Roach's representatives have since sent a legal notice to the New York State Athletic Commission, NYSAC, requesting the majority draw be reversed. They argue that the knockdown should have been acknowledged and that Davis risked disqualification. When his trainer, Calvin Ford, stepped onto the ring apron to wipe his face moments after he took a knee, Roach's attorney, Greg Smith, formally appealed to the NYSAC, urging them to declare Roach the rightful winner. Part of the letter read, "Mr. Davis's actions turning away mid-round walking to his corner and partially exiting the ring clearly indicated he had retired or quit the match. It added, Mr. Roach believes the commission will agree with the millions who watched the fight and recognize him as the true winner, whether by TKO due to Mr. Davis removing himself from the bout, disqualification for carrying an illegal irritant into the ring, or by adjusting the scores to reflect the knockdown. The ring confirmed that WBA President Gilberto Mendoza intends to push for a Davis vs. Roach rematch. Both fighters have already expressed their eagerness for a second fight on social media, showing they are ready to settle the controversy. Meanwhile, Davis's team has reportedly contacted Top Rank to discuss a potential matchup with Vasily Lomachenko later this year. However, with the unresolved rivalry between Davis and Roach, all signs point to a rematch taking priority. The fight's disputed outcome has only increased the demand for a definitive conclusion between the two fighters.
You know something funny? When we was talking in like the 12th round, I think the 12th or 11th, we was talking shit, right? But he like, you ain't gonna win. I said, why not? What you talking about? He like, they ain't gonna give it to you. I said, oh, is that right? So, you know, that's how boxing work. It's sad to say, you know, that's how boxing work. I'm not like totally upset. I figured with a superstar, you won't get too much on paper. But I damn sure thought I had it. Especially when they announced the score for him. I was like, oh, they gonna give me a split decision win. I was like, oh yeah. I said, oh here it goes. But as soon as I heard that 114, I was just like, damn, all right, it's over with. So yeah, man, it's just crazy. I ain't gonna lie. Like it's okay. We gonna run it back.
The controversy surrounding the fight is far from over. Roach's legal team argues that Calvin Ford, Davis's trainer, violated regulations by wiping Davis's face in action that could have led to disqualification. Roach's attorney contends that if referee Steve Willis had acknowledged the knockdown, Roach would have won by decision. Whether this claim will persuade the New York State Athletic Commission (NYSAC) to overturn the result remains uncertain. Both fighters have expressed interest in a rematch, but the timeline is still unclear. The bigger debate, however, is how the boxing world views Davis's knee. Davis and George Kambosos Jr. have exchanged heated words online, showing clear animosity. When controversy erupted over Davis's fight, Kambosos didn't hesitate to speak out. Ouch. There goes the perfect record. That was a knockdown that changed everything, Kambosos stated, arguing the knee should have been ruled a knockdown and impacted the final result. He added, the dwarf ran his mouth about my losses to Haney and Loma. Time to check yourself. Wonky Tanky, great work. Roach, respect. Tanky, the jig is up if the appeal leads to reversal. Davis's career could take a major hit. The decision has sparked outrage across the boxing world, with fans and analysts strongly criticizing the referee's call, fueling widespread debate. The backlash has been so intense that the NYSAC is now re-examining the ruling. Meanwhile, Lamont Roach appears unfazed, confident that the final verdict will go his way. On Monday, Roach posted an update on social media regarding the NYSAC's investigation. While eager for a rematch to prove himself, he is also open to an official review that could refine his record and bring what he sees as deserved justice. His tone suggests confidence in a favorable outcome. He wrote, word round the block, y'all favorite fight Finey 31, not 301, implying inside sources have hinted the NYSAC review may go his way. If the result is overturned, it could mark Gervonta Davis's first professional loss since his debut over a decade ago. For Roach, the stakes are huge. After securing the WBA super featherweight title in 2023, a ruling in his favor would also hand him Davis's WBA lightweight belt. This milestone would catapult Roach into stardom, making him the only fighter to have ever defeated the Maryland native. However, the NYSAC revealed that a technical issue prevented them from reviewing the 9th round incident. A spokesperson stated, during the round in question, after the commission requested replay footage, a technical issue prevented us from receiving it within the allotted review time. As a result, the commission had to rely on the referees in ring call, allowing the fight to continue. Had the replay been available, the outcome might have gone against Davis, possibly marking a loss on his record. Instead, Roach was denied what could have been his moment of victory. Roach is likely counting on the NYSAC to obtain the footage and reassess the situation. Meanwhile, the fallout from the March 1st fight has taken a serious toll on Davis. Not only has it damaged his reputation as a dominant force, but it has also cast doubt over his legacy. The controversy has reignited discussions about fairness in boxing and the need for clear, consistent officiating, as the boxing world awaits the NYSAC's final ruling. One thing is clear: the drama surrounding this fight has only added to the sport's unpredictable and thrilling nature.
Didn't get what the decision I want, but we didn't get a loss either, so I felt like I won it, the last couple rounds, so it's cool. Lamont is a great fighter. Hopefully I can get that rematch because I know what I can do in a fight, but it's cool.
On Tuesday, Dan Raphael of Fight Freaks Unite reported that Greg Smith, Lamont Roach Jr.'s lawyer, has officially sent a 4-page letter to NYSAC Executive Director Matt Delalio. Smith asked the New York State Athletic Commission, NYSAC, to change the majority draw to a win for Roach Jr. The NYSAC has acknowledged the controversy and is reviewing referee Steve Willis's 9th-round decision. The commission stated that technical issues prevented them from immediately reassessing the call, further fueling the debate. Meanwhile, the fight has sparked strong reactions. Claressa Shields, who has a history of clashing with Gervonta Davis, weighed in on the outcome. Responding to a fan's question, was the fight judged correctly? Shields expressed doubts. Interestingly, this came after she defended Davis against claims that he was overpriced. She admitted Davis had a tough night against Roach, but argued it was due to an off performance rather than a lack of skill. Shields suggested outside factors, like Davis's argument with his corner and the oil in his hair, may have affected him. The arguing with the coroner and grease in his hair didn't help, said the 2-time Olympic gold medalist. Despite the controversy, she maintained that Davis is a top-tier fighter, but still felt Roach deserved the win. If one judge had Tank 115 to 113 and the others had it 114 to 114, I believe Roach won because that knee was 100% a knockdown, she said. Though she admitted it was a very close fight, Shocker Stevenson, who has been calling for a fight with Davis, said the result didn't surprise him. After the fight, the WBC lightweight champion posted on X, formerly Twitter, I made at least $20,000 tonight on Lamont. When asked who he thought won, Stevenson told Fight Hub TV Lamont. We'll see if Tank fights him next. I'm the best fighter in boxing. I've said it before. I think Davis got too confident and underestimated Lamont. I told people how I thought the fight would go, and it went exactly that way. Stevenson wasn't the only one who thought Roach won. Terrence Crawford, another of Davis's rivals, agreed. The multi-division champion said Roach deserved the win, and that the knee should have been counted as a knockdown. Let's see what happens. Crawford stated, arguing that Roach was unfairly denied victory. He compared the situation to Floyd Mayweather's 2001 fight when Mayweather touched the canvas due to an injured hand, and the referee ruled it a knockdown. Crawford said Davis's knee should have been treated the same way. Floyd Mayweather's uncle, Jeff Mayweather, also criticized the decision. Speaking on the Mayweather channel, Jeff said, if we go by boxing rules, it was a knockdown. That's what boxing is about, so it should have counted. While he admitted that Roach's punch wasn't strong enough to knock Davis out, he insisted that Davis voluntarily taking a knee should have been penalized. In boxing, sometimes a fighter gets hit and reacts a second later. I wouldn't say it was a delayed reaction here, though, because the punch wasn't that strong. It wasn't a knockout shot. But still, if you take a knee on your own, you should be penalized. Jeff also criticized referee Steve Willis for handling the situation poorly. He pointed out that Willis started an 8 count but stopped midway, and let Davis's corner help him, which was against the rules. There were a few bad calls in that fight, Jeff said, expressing disappointment with the officiating. Since the fight, Willis has faced heavy criticism. Even Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan commented on the referee's actions. Jeff Mayweather, however, defended Willis to some extent, saying referees are human and sometimes get caught up in the moment. He needs to be held accountable for both of those mistakes because that's his job, Jeff added. Many in the boxing community agree with his criticism. Claressa Shields tweeted, how much did they pay the ref? This is crazy. Ryan Garcia also reacted on X, writing, Lamont won. Not calling that knockdown is the craziest thing I've ever seen in boxing. Stuff like this makes the sport look bad. Meanwhile, Davis insists he was the true winner and that the decision was unfair. In a now-deleted X post, he wrote, Asterisk, they took the fight from me and made it a draw just because I took that expletive knee. But I landed the most punches. He didn't even hit me when I took the knee. I get it, I shouldn't have done that. But the hair grease was burning my eyes. As the controversy continues, the boxing world remains divided. The NYSAC's review could have major consequences for both fighters, potentially changing the outcome and their legacies. For now, the debate rages on, proving once again why boxing remains one of the most unpredictable, exciting sports in the world.